Welcome to Deep Thought. Many people just simply want you to conform to their reality. Their reality, what they think you should look like, how you should talk, everything. They want you to conform. In fact, you have a lot of stuff from both a micro level to a macro level, societal level as to what they want you to look like. Like I was thinking about a couple things. I remember I saw like on one of my IG pages, and it was a sister, a black woman. She was hitting on some deep stuff, right? But I looked at a couple of comments. They had a problem with how she was dressed, and she had on a nice shirt, short skirt. Her breastises were out some and everything, looking sexy. But some people were more concerned about that than what she was actually saying. Now I understand that because when somebody hits on some intellectual thing on a subconscious level through myriad factors, what the media presents, what social customs present, somebody should look a certain way. And I understand that. And I understand that. I was like, damn, she has some fat legs. Oh, okay. But the way I was listening to more what she was saying, which was more important to me, But I understood where someone else was coming from because there's a conformity thing. But then there was a second thing, and it was about a incident with a young man, I think down in Texas, young black man, and he's wearing his hair, got him in locks and everything, and the principal of the school apparently took out an ad for that and said he has to conform. In America, we conform. It's just like, see, that's more of a macro level. I was like, conform to what? As long as this shit is clean, how's he supposed to wear his hair? And let's just be real, there was some racial shit in there because there's some racial shit with black hair anyway. Anytime you have to have 17 states that allow people to wear their hair natural, they ain't gonna have an issue with it saying you can't discriminate. That's an issue. It shouldn't even have to be there. As long as the person is as long as the person does the job and they not like smelling or something, I could see that. It's like, wash yourself, but that's just a pure aesthetics thing. What they got to do with someone doing a job, it doesn't. But then you have a mindset that says you have to conform to this. And, you get it in corporate America and all of that stuff. And, I use the example here, but also how someone dressed, whether they have tattoos or something. And, one of the things, I talked about this last week, one of the things is people, once they are free to express themselves, man, you can't put them back in. But it's a real issue because why would somebody have a problem with how someone wear their hair, whether they adorn their body, anything like that? Why would they have a problem with that? Why would there need to be conformity, especially in a culture that talks about rugged individualism, creativity, people want to just simply be free. But see, when you want someone to conform, that's really your projection. That's yours. That's your projection. That's the thing. If someone wants to cut their hair a certain way, you let them cut it. If not, it's like, okay, does that affect the job? Does that affect your livelihood? Like I talked last week about that aesthetic subcultures. One of the reasons they exist is you get some people who want them people to conform. Like, even though personally, I talk about body game and, with past stroke, lost a lot of weight and everything. But I'm not, if somebody wanted to, lose all that weight on their own, that's on them. Or whatever they want to do, that's them. And even though I promote body game, I still say your best body. Your best body. See, one problem with conformity or trying to get people to conform is everybody's just different. Even let's use the aesthetic thing, like the hair thing. Like me, I probably never grow locks or anything like that, but you see I'm bulging up here a little bit. I'm getting older. That's never me. Like some people just biologically, they ain't gonna have certain things. I've known some women who, they'll never had that long flowing hair no matter what race. It is what it is. While others will. Part of that's biology. The body build thing. See, that's where there's a real issue. Like you get some guys, they'll say, well, the women gotta look like this and men gotta look like this. But it's not gonna happen. Just genetically it's not gonna happen. It don't need to happen. Everybody's different. They build according to their DNA. Everybody has different DNA. They can't conform to it. Now, you get a lot in the media trying to present a certain image and all of that, but that's still some bullshit. That's still some bullshit. People need to just be their best because they built for a reason. Everybody is not going to be the same height or body build, or a hair grade, skin complexion, eye color. Everybody's not going to be that. But you get some people, they feel like they making a judgment based on it, though. Yeah, it's not going to happen, And the thing is, as I was saying last week, people have to be free. Now, yeah, there's going to be certain things you need. I say you need. Like, you don't need to be in a position where you're smelling or something because that's interfering with someone else. And even then, you got some cultures where the smell is okay. But I can understand that. Just say, okay, at least wash up. At least wash up. Somebody could come back to me and say, well, that's still a bias. Okay. That's one we'll talk about. But if we're talking about you conforming as far as your physicality, or even in sometimes your behavior, everybody's not extroverted or everybody's not going to be introverted. Everybody's going to be them. We got to really think about the freedom aspect of everything. So that's the important thing. And it's something to think about because I think the whole thing where people want people to conform, because I actually looked that up real quick. There's some articles, especially in America, about that whole conformity thing. There's a lot of articles about it because you do get some people who want you to look a certain way, be built a certain way, cut your hair a certain way. And the shit ain't happening. Because that's a personal thing, That's a personal thing. Like if, people say, well, you can't have a beard. So, shoot, people gonna be arguing. People gonna be fighting. Or have your hair a certain length, or you gotta be a certain length. You gotta look like this, or you gotta have a certain body build. People gonna fight for the simple reason it's not them. I want y'all to really think about that. Really think about that on many levels. Think about when someone has a problem with your physicality, your look, your haircut, something like that. Or when you've had a problem with somebody's physicality, their look, their haircut, And look at it from a societal point of view. If they say, well, you have to look like this, or you got to hide this. And you still got jobs like that. Like, I was thinking about a young lady, I haven't seen her in a while, because, the stroke and everything, but she's tatted from head to toe, tatted. But where I see her at a particular restaurant, she gives great service. And she get high service marks from everybody. But what if the restaurant say, oh, well, you got these tats, you can't work here. Sometimes we can't get so caught up in we need to really get caught up in the character of everything, and not so much the look. I want y'all to think about that, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. Get back with y'all tomorrow. Peace and blessings.